talking about Steph Curry. This could be a situation we're talking about a team who tends to be injured a lot this season. Steph Curry just coming back from the ankle. You're an athlete. You're a basketball player. You've been injured. How much is rust a factor when you're coming back from missing 6 games like Steph?
Rust is going to happen. It's a given. And Steph, he was a little rusty early, but then he found his rhythm, but he missed some shots he normally makes. Steph,
1 of 6 from the field in the first quarter, as we talked about that rust factor. But early on, as Janae alluded, he would find himself in the third quarter. Warriors down 6. Curry off the dribble, off the wing. Good
As
shot.
you mentioned, Matt, it takes a while to find your in-game lungs and to find your rhythm. And guess what? He's dancing. Shimmy shake right there.
Curry, 10 of 18, 29 points, 7 rebounds. However, the rebound attempt after making this shot. Great one there. Warriors up 1. But I mentioned he had 7 rebounds in this one. He goes for another, and this is where he gets scared.
See, this is the wrong place, wrong time, and it's by your teammate for worse.
JaVale McGee falls on him. He's got a left knee strain. You kind of heard the crowd gasp a little bit. Steve Kerr's looking like we just got this guy back from the ankle. Now, everybody thought because of the ankle issues that it was, in fact, his ankle. It was a left knee strain. He's got an MRI today. Curry told our Chris Haynes, and I quote, "I'm good." Well, at least it's not my ankle. Warriors would hold on to win 106-94. That not the story. Steph's health is. Here's Steve.
He didn't clear out of the way. And there it is.
I assumed it was his ankle when he came up hobbling, and then found out it was his knee. And we'll see what the MRI says tomorrow. There's not a whole lot we can do or predict. Kind of a strange, cruel twist of fate. He rehabs his ankle for last couple of weeks, gets that strong, and then the knee goes. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
You were just in the locker room. What's the mood like with something like this happening?
It's a little somber in there. Everybody feels for Steph, and but it's more a case of we got to keep going, keep pushing forward.
Kind of getting an ominous feeling about this season overall. I mean, with all the guys that keep going down, and especially late in the year, and just are you kind of?
No. I definitely do not have an ominous feeling. I feel like I'm disappointed for Steph mostly tonight. We'll see how long he has to be out, but we'll have guys coming back in the next couple of weeks, and we've got enough, and we can push forward, and and we can win a lot of games, and hopefully we get Steph back at some point. But we'll find out more tomorrow.
We kind of touched on it at the top of the show here about the Warriors have a hard time staying on the court. Steph himself has missed 21 games with injury, and it appears he could miss more. KD, Draymond, and Clay have all missed some time as well, and none of those 3 were on the court last night against the Hawks. Chris Haynes was on the court and has more.
Stephen Curry suffered an MCL sprain Friday night, and we will know the results of his MRI that he will undergo on Saturday. Now, the Warriors locker room, they feel like they're in good spirits and good comfort knowing that they went through a similar situation with Kevin Durant went down with a MCL sprain in his knee last year, and he was able to come back in full force for the playoffs. Now, this is a little bit different. Stephen Curry going down with 11 games before the postseason, that's not going to give a lot of time to recover if the MRI reveals that it's not anything significant. But I talked to Kevin Durant about where this team is at right now with all these injuries. He said, look, we're in a good place right now. Everybody needs to just calm down. We're going to be ready when postseason comes around. So as of now, everybody's in good spirits. But we won't know truly until those MRI results.
Shanae Ogwumike still hanging with us. As you know, a lot of what you guys do comes on instinct. So when you've had as many freak injuries as Steph has had in this year in particular, how does it affect you when you're trying to play?
It can affect you decently, but because this was caused by his teammate, it's a little different. And if you notice, right after he was injured, that's when the worry set in. You can see Steph Curry visibly worried. But after, he went and dapped up JaVale McGee, basically saying, hey, it's all right. I understand this was incidental. But when it comes down to injuries and athletes, it comes down to 2 things: injuries with contact and injuries without contact. And when it's without contact, those are the freak injuries. When it's with contact and against an opponent, then you're like, okay, this is part of the battle of the game. But when it's by your teammate, it's a little different. You realize as athletes, all you want to do is control what you can't control. And Steph couldn't control that play. It might affect him just because he was just getting into his rhythm. He just found his rhythm. But his team, I mean, if there's a team that really has his back, it's the Warriors with 3 other superstars.
Again, the MRI scheduled for today. Golden State hosts Utah on Sunday. We've had this conversation at length. How much do they need these stars prior to the postseason with Houston playing as well as they are?